Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about Shamane, the new raid-up character that's coming soon. Since Kalabana Spinner has been out for a while, I think it is a good time to start looking into Shamane and have a deeper understanding of his kit. So by the time that his spinner is here, we already have a decision regarding should we pull Shamane or not. Yeah, Shamane's a character that I believe that a lot of people are waiting for, since he is very strong and also he looks awesome. So let us first look at his kit and see what he can bring to the team. Okay, let us look at Shamane. And first of all, Shamane is a 6-star beast type unit, and that does reality damage. And his rating is S across the board. However, in the CN server, sometimes I can see he rated as A tier. So yeah, his rating is fluctuating a little bit, okay, between A and S. And let's look at his tag. As you can see, Shamane is a debuffer, a DPS, and burst damage, which means that he can not only debuff, but also deal a lot of damage at the same time. One thing about Shamane is that his kit is very simple. Pretty much all you do is debuff enemy and gain natural blessing stacks and spam his ultimate to clear the mobs. So if you like to spam ultimate, he might be the character for you. Next, let's look at his ultimate. And first of all, his ultimate is a massive attack that deals 250% damage to all enemies. And then the select target gets another 250% damage. That means 500 damage to the primary target. And on top of that, the primary target will have 20% increase in crit rate. Also, the excessive crit rate, meaning that any crit rate over 100% will be converted to crit damage. That means you will deal a lot more damage to your primary target. So his ultimate is very interesting, since it is like a hybrid ultimate that can deal both AoE damage and single target damage at the same time. But one thing I want to mention is that being a hybrid ultimate, his AoE damage didn't hit as hard as other AoE ultimates, sitting at 250% instead of normally like 350 or 400%. While his single target damage didn't hit as hard as other single target ultimate, like 500% instead of 600 or 700% plus. So you have to keep that in mind. Okay, let's move on to his incantation, okay? His first incantation, it's a single target attack that deals 200, 250, 450% damage. And when it is 2-star or more, you also gain 1 stack of something called the Nature Blessing. And what is Nature Blessing, you might ask? Okay, it is after the caster use their ultimate, consume all stack of Nature Blessing to restore the same amount of Moxie to the character, okay? So up to 5. So that means if you have 5 stack of Nature Blessing before you use the ultimate, you can use your ultimate back to back, which is pretty good actually. Okay, let's move on to his second incantation. And his second incantation, which is one of the most important skill in his kit, it is a mass debuff, which all enemy taking 10%, 20%, 30% increased damage, while have both their reality and mental defense reduced by 15% for 2 turns. This is an awesome skill, since Shamane's debuff reduces both reality and mental defense. You can pair him with any DPS without the worry about their damage type. But one thing I want to mention is that although his debuff is more universal, but it is weaker than the dedicated debuffer for each type of damage. So Shamane's debuff is weaker than Bicorn's if your team is only deal reality type damage, while Shamane's debuff is weaker than Baby Blue if your team only deal mental type damage. Since most people will build their team focused on one damage type most of the time, people can argue that it is better just to use BK or Baby Blue instead of Shamane. Especially both BK and Baby Blue are 5-star characters. It is easier and cheaper to upgrade them over Shamane. Okay, next let's move on to his inheritance, okay? And his Insight 1 is for every stats down status on the target, Shamane deal 8% more damage and to the max of 24%. So that means you just need 3 status to gain the maximum damage. And with Shamane's debuff alone, he can maintain the max damage easily. This inheritance also let you gain 2 stack of Nature Blessing when you enter battle. And his second Insight is just an 8% increase in damage. That's pretty standard for DPS. And his Insight 3 make him gain 1 stack of Nature's Blessing every other turn. I found 1 stack every 2 rounds is a bit too slow, but any additional Nature's Blessing it's always good to have. I wish his Insight 3 give him +5 Moxie when he first enter battle, so he could start spamming ultimate right off the bat. Since he still have issue, like his AP friendly, it only happens after you use your ultimate once, right? So I feel like he still struggle a little bit to reach the first ultimate before he can start spamming. Moving on to his portrait, and I'm sad to say that this is where the happy time of Reverse 1999 has ended. Here we are, having our very first portrait hungry character in the game. And the reason I say he is portrait hungry is because there's a huge gap between his P0 and P5. And I mean huge, okay? At P0, he is just a really average unit that is not really worth pulling. While at P2, he's pretty good unit. And at P5, he's like a god, okay? Turning him into one of the best characters in the game. Therefore, when a company forces people to pull P5 to reach your character's full potential, it really turned me off from pulling this character. It is a pity because I really love Shamane's appearance, as well as his ultimate spending potential. But again, that is just me. Don't let me turn you off from pulling Shamane if you really like him. One thing to keep in mind, if you want to pull for Shamane, make sure you pull his P2 at least if you can. Okay, next let's look at his side cube. Okay, some of the best side cube for Shamane is of course his personal dedicated side cube, the Karat of a Heart. And other side cubes such as Brave New World, her Second Life, and his Burden Duty are all good options for Shamane. In conclusion, Shamane is an extremely versatile debuffer that can perform in just about every general team. He is somewhat AP generous due to his ability to store Moxie using Nature's Blessing. He can also deal deceptive high damage using his ultimate Insight 1, meaning that he can deal higher damage than what is appeared in his kit description. Okay, this some of the con for Shamane is he doesn't shed as much reality and mental defense as a specialized debuffer. And also, Shamane's damage potential doesn't come online until he have his Portrait 2 or Portrait 5. On top of that, 6 is coming soon after him, which is a character who can provide better support while deal great damage as well. So keep that in mind if you are pulling for Shamane. With that, it brings us to the end of the video. I hope you found the information helpful. If you liked the video, please don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. It will be greatly appreciated. I wish everyone the best of luck for those who are pulling for Shamane. If you need more good luck, I will make a good luck summoning video for Shamane soon, so don't forget to check that out. I hope you have a good day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.